Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I'm here to talk to you about a Leeds United based sponsor on the channel, teamwallart.com. The link is in the description. Worldwide shipping, and it's unbelievable, guys. As I've told you before, this is the sort of stuff that you can get from these guys. My favourites on the end here, accused of everything, guilty of nothing since 1919. You can get this one for $5.99 if you buy another one for $7.99, and I did that. I've got the one of Marcelo Bielsa here, a beautiful image, really good quality as well, by the way, and of course the title winning boys. Some really good stuff on there, guys. As I said, the link is in the description. I went to these guys. I love this sort of stuff, and they are Leeds United fans. Go check it out. Enjoy the video. One Leeds is now sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball is a really classy app. You can get all of your Leeds United updates on this app. You can get all the transfer news, injury news, match day news, and it really is top quality. The most downloaded app regarding football on the site. So make sure you go check it out. The link is in the description, and I hope you enjoy the video, guys. Yes, guys. How are we doing? I hope you're all doing fantastically well. We are back here with the Everton preview. I hope you've all calmed down slightly after the brilliant weekend that Leeds United have just had. Of course, the Whites ran out victorious against the Foxes, 3-1 at the King Power. A brilliant result for Leeds United, but it has come with a price. Unfortunately, Leeds United we've suffered. It's only the way with Leeds United, isn't it? We can't just have that win. We can't just have that brilliant win and to have everyone fit. It's just not the Leeds way, is it? Rodrigo, Raphinha, Bamford, and now Ian Poveda as well. It looks like, they're on the injury list. We got the news from Marcelo Bielsa today from his press conference that Raphinha and Bamford's injuries are much simpler. I quote Marcelo Bielsa, but it looks like Rodrigo will be missing out on Wednesday night, which for me isn't as massive a blow as it would be for Raphinha and Bamford, but Rodrigo is still a big miss. I do still rate him so much in that midfield, especially when he's got time, especially when he's got space, and he's always going to chip in with an assist and a goal, so he will be massively missed. A lot of us would have potentially thought that Poveda would have made that step up and replaced Raphinha if Raphinha is to be out. But now Poveda limped off today for the under-23s in a very good under-23s performance. But another casualty for Leeds United. And, we've got Dallas obviously on 4 yellow cards. We've got Ayling on 4 yellow cards as well. So it is unbelievable how just after that Leicester game, it seems like Leeds United are, they could have potentially half a squad out in terms of injuries. So that is just the way of the world at this moment in time, the way of the Premier League and the way of just life in football at this moment in time. It's not normal. It's not normal times. But I hope you're all doing fantastically well. I hope you're all keeping safe and sound. Liam with a great comment here. Liam, I love you too. Thank you so much. Bazurial, I refuse to calm down. Poveda injured, says Jack Bullimore. He got taken off on a stretcher in the game earlier today. I don't know how long he'll be out for. Apparently the tackle was horrendous. It wasn't a good one. Were you rough this morning, Connor? No, I think a lot of people, I was just really excited last night. And I think I had a bit of a dry mouth. So don't worry, I wasn't drunk, guys. Don't worry. I was just really excited. That is what happens when I smile every now and again. 10 cards for a ban now, says Luke Webster. I'm not sure, would that be applicable to Dallas and Ayling? Would it be there, or is that only when you've got 5 and then there's a consequential 5 on top of that? It'll be, I don't know whether or not that is. If that is 5, is it a cards reset? It looks like it is a cards reset. Well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant news, isn't it? Thank you for that update. You guys are educating me as well. So there you go. So Dallas and Ayling, that's a little bit of better news, isn't it? I know Click picked up another yellow card at the weekend, but yeah. So Everton, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below with regards to that. We've got your opposition preview, which will be coming tomorrow. This is obviously my One Leeds' official preview. And yeah, I mean, we don't know. Bielsa sort of updated us on certain individuals that will be out and who potentially could be there. He was a bit vague in his press conference today. When I was editing it, I was looking through it. I was scoping it earlier on today, and it's Bamford and Raphinha's injuries are simpler, but we don't know whether or not that's going to keep them out of the game. Patrick Bamford came out at the end of the last game and said it's just a dead leg. So does that mean that Raphinha's injury is on that same spectrum of severity? If that is the case, that's brilliant. And as I said, Marcelo Bielsa has said it's much simpler, which is hopefully, fingers crossed, great news, because Raphinha in that reverse fixture against Everton was absolutely brilliant and gave us that X factor, didn't he? I mean, so many chances created by Raphinha that night. Some beautiful balls into Patrick Bamford at Goodison Park. A lovely ball in to Jack Harrison, where Jack Harrison missed an absolute gilt-edged chance one-on-one. And of course, the X factor, which was his wonderful finish from outside the area. So losing him, for me, would be the biggest blow of the lot. I think Raphinha is our star man right now. He's our star boy. He's our first name on the team sheet. So here's to hoping he's going to be available for the game on Wednesday night. And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't know if they can deal with him. On that first fixture, they couldn't deal with him. Raphinha just ran the show. Calvin Phillips, it was his best game in a Leeds United shirt. That's something we need to bear in mind as well. And this Everton team, I watched them against Leicester. Wasn't impressed at all. They sat back really against Leicester, and Leicester came on. They were trying to attack, and Everton held firm, and then they had a wonder strike from James Rodriguez, which sort of turned the tie a little bit, 1-0, and then Leicester obviously consequentially, thanks to Jordan Pickford, got back into it. But it was very deserved. And when you're looking at the Leeds performance against Leicester, our performance against Leicester was much better than Everton's, and Everton were at home, So, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, but I thoroughly believe Leeds are going to be in with a really good chance in this game. I would be over the moon with the draw, but I think we can do this Everton side. I really do. I've not been impressed. I mean, that Newcastle game. I watched that game and they were absolutely appalling. Had all the big hitters on there as well. Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Dean. The big one is Dean. Obviously, the left back for Everton, who wasn't playing against Leeds United in the first fixture, he's absolutely massive. The ex-Barcelona man registered the most assists from a fullback last season and the season before, which is a big statistic. That, you know, his link up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, his link up with Richarlison on that side as well is going to be absolutely pivotal, and something that we didn't face in that first fixture as well. They've got balance on that right-hand side now. Seamus Coleman returns. As you will remember, they did have, I think it was Alex Iwobi, who was playing right back in that game, who didn't have the greatest game. So they've now got a little bit of balance at fullback. And we're going up against a top six side here again, guys. I know we've beaten them, but it's very important not to get in the mindset that, oh, we've beaten them, so we'll beat them again, you know, because I think in some frames, that's probably the mindset that Leicester were in with us at the weekend, and we came up and completely, you know, unbalanced the books and were by far the better team. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. But I do think we can win this game. Obviously, it's dependent on injuries. I think if Raphinha is out of this game, it hinders our chances massively. I'd probably go to 25, 30% in terms of chances with Raphinha being out. I think he's that important to the side at the minute. His attacking impetus, his ability to relieve pressure, win free kicks, run at the opposition, assist, goal, score. You know, so I do think it's a massive miss if he is out of the side. Let's get into your comments. Liberty get to see the new pitch, which is great. Hopefully there's going to be a little bit more zip. Connor, who do you think will get promoted? Hope Brentford will bottle the playoffs to shut Frank up. Promoted from the champion. Mate, I'll be honest, I don't look at the championship anymore. It's not got Leeds in, so it's not interesting. Mark Edison, fan of the channel. Who would you replace Rodrigo with? Pablo? No, it would be Click for me. I think that's the other one, isn't it, with Rodrigo being out. I think Click came in and did really well the other day, and I think there's got to be a massive plaudit given to Stuart Dallas. I think Stuart Dallas gives the defensive stability in that midfield, which we haven't seen when it's been Click and Rodrigo, because they're the exact same player. And I think Dallas has shown, even in the Newcastle game, that he has that defensive sturdiness, which enables the attacking central midfield player to get forward, which is, you know, it gives players like Rodrigo, players like Click license. And I think we saw that against Leicester. And I think Click will only profit from having a solid man like Stuart Dallas, who is next to him. You know, if it was Rodrigo, if it was the other way around, I wouldn't be too sure, to be honest. Did I see Costa miss in the under-23s? I was working at the time, but I had a message from a colleague saying it wasn't a great one. I think I've rewatched the game 40 times, says Hannah, since yesterday, which is great. Click will play in the Rodrigo position. Jasper finally caught up on the live. Keep on bouncing, lad. Thank you for all that you're doing for us. No problem, guys. Any like could be absolutely great. The numbers keep going up as you tune in to watch me, and I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, I'm speaking some sense, and I like getting you guys involved as well. That's why I'm always trying to read out as many comments as I can, which are a little bit different and which are good talking points. Nicholas Griffin raises a really good point here. The same level of performance to get a win, and we all know that. We're not daft, and I just think it's key to bear it in mind. You know, we've beaten Everton, but that doesn't mean the reverse fixture is going to be anything the same. You know, Carlo Ancelotti has literally won absolutely everything, and they will be on the reaction. And it's key to note as well that Everton have a very, very good away record. Not as good at home. I think they've lost to Newcastle, West Ham, and Leeds United now at home, but away, they're a good team. And we've seen that with a lot of teams this year, aren't we? Good away teams. And obviously it's the crowd factor. But we do need the same level of performance, which is going to be really tough for the lads, isn't it? Because keeping that level of performance, how good it was yesterday, is going to be really, really difficult. It's going to take an optimum level of focus, an optimum level of concentration. But I fully believe the lads can do it. But it does massively depend on injuries. You know, if Raphinha and Bamford are out, I mean, what do we do then? But a lot of people have been asking me, Connor, what would you do? And if you did miss my live last night where I was talking about what I would do in terms of replacements and in terms of putting certain personnel on sides, you know, if Raphinha is out, I would swap Jack Harrison to Raphinha's side, and I will put Tyler Robertson on the left so Tyler Roberts can cut inside. I love the relationship that Tyler Roberts had on when he was playing on that wing with Patrick Bamford. They had a really lovely interchangeable relationship, and it means as well at points you can get Bamford alternating with Roberts, and Roberts on that wing is very tricky. He's got a really good turn of pace as well. His agility is good, his balance, his coordination on the ball. Tyler Roberts, for me, even if Poveda and Costa are fit, is that player who replaces Raphinha. The beauty with what you've got with Tyler Roberts as well, because he's been indoctrinated in the system for so many years now, he has that defensive culpability as well. He's always going to get back. He's always going to graft. And I think that's going to be massive against this Everton team. So Tyler Roberts, for me, would be my pick on the wing. I would have Click in the middle, because obviously Rodrigo's going to be missing. Bamford's, that it all depends on Bamford, because, if Bamford is unfit, Roberts is going to have to go up front, isn't he? That would be a huge blow if Bamford isn't fit. That really would be. Lorna saying we've not been good at home this season. That's 100%. We haven't been good at home this season, but I do think, and I don't like making excuses like this, because at the end of the day, other teams have to play on this pitch as well. But the pitch has absolutely killed us. All I could remember saying to my dad against Leicester, West Ham, Wolves was, why do they keep slipping all over? Why is that pitch so naff? Why is it so boggy? And it's not an excuse, but with the players we have, with the system we play, we need that pitch to be absolutely as zippy and as wet as possible. The groundsmen at Ellen Road have instructions from Marcelo Bielsa to keep it at a certain length and to keep that pitch wet. So he's fully aware of what Leeds United need from that pitch to gain an advantage at home. And I think for the past 2 or 3 months, the ball gets clogged up. You're looking at it's waterlogged half the time. You look at near the dugouts, it's completely waterlogged. And we've had an absolutely awful period of rain, haven't we? Especially in West Yorkshire. So, I'm not saying that's an excuse, but it definitely hinders our play. We play one-touch football, don't we? I've just seen this. Nipper, thank you so much for your comment. I am panicking a little bit, Connor. Nipper, there's no need to, mate. There's absolutely no need to. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me, mate. But don't panic. 29 points, buddy. The worst thing is I was speaking to my old man today, and he was saying, this is why I always worry, because, we could have all these players out. Let's be real, guys. If Raphinha's out for a good 3 to 4 weeks, we're probably getting a little bit worried there, aren't we? Because Raphinha is our X factor, but you've got to look at it positively. If it's a simpler injury, that means he's going to be okay, in my opinion. I think Bamford and Raphinha are going to be all right for this game. Bamford coming off and saying it's just a dead leg. Hopefully nothing's happened in the changing room where he's just sat down for, actually, that's a little bit more than that. But, Raphinha is an absolute warrior. And I just, you could see him trying to get on with it the other day. And yeah, I think he'll be all right. Let's have a look. We've got a few comments here. Lauren says, we'll be happy if Roberts played. Defoe wants to play and he will fight for us. Yeah, I just think his defensive nature is going to be really good as well. Who would you want on the bench if Poveda is out? Greenwood. Yeah, Greenwood would be my pick. I know we knocked back a bid from Swansea today as well for Sam Greenwood, which is massive. Just looks at the teams that are looking at Sam Greenwood. Swansea doing absolute bits in the Championship. Looks like they could be promoted. And Marcelo Bielsa has rejected that claim. He's also rejected the claim that Castellon would be getting Pablo Hernandez, which is big and just shows the level of reliance we still have on Pablo Hernandez. If the squad does get threadbare, if we do have Bamford, Raphinha and Rodrigo out, you're sort of looking at Pablo Hernandez potentially playing on the wing and Roberts playing up front and Clicky in the middle. This could be the first game midweek where we have that full Championship side, probably a weaker side than our Championship side because Ben White's not there, So it potentially could be that against Everton. So anything, guys, a point is going to be unbelievable, but we're at 29 points now. I think we're going to be absolutely fine. This is what I keep saying with regards to expectations. A wonderful week for Leeds, Newcastle, Leicester. Let's not go into this Everton game thinking listen, hope is amazing. Hope's amazing, but let's not go in, think 3 or 4-0 and then come away and be really angry if we lose, because you're setting yourselves too high. You really are. And just think to yourself, look, what'll be. And with Leeds United, we're going to stay in the division. That's the expectation this year. And anything else is a complete bonus, isn't it? This is a free hit, Connor. 11 points to stay up, 40 points, and I'm a happy Leeds fan. I agree, mate. And a lot of people don't like the comment free hit. And I get it, but a free hit for me is just against the top teams. You know, must wins are against the bottom half and maybe upper echelons of that half of of the sort of top half. You know, you're looking at your bottom half top teams, if that makes sense. Absolute waffle, but you get what I'm saying. It's the top 8 is it's always a free hit, isn't it? 'Cause you're not expected to win. And I think when people say free hit, others genuinely think, well, we're not taking it seriously. It's not about not taking it seriously. It's about going in there with a little bit of hope, but not putting all your expectation on Leeds to win the game, because it's unlikely. And it was unlikely we'd beat Leicester, and we did it. So we can definitely do it against Everton. I think we'll beat Everton, says John. Smash Everton and smash Palace on next Monday for my birthday. We're off on a title charge, aren't we, Vince? Raphinha will be full international soon. I spoke to Tim Vicker on 5 Live in September and told him to watch out for this guy. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a top 4 player, I'm telling you. What a player. What a player, and we all know it, don't we? Sorry, JJ, I just missed your donation there. Thank you so much, mate. If Bamford is injured, I would love to see Gelhardt. To be honest, I could probably see Greenwood a little bit ahead of Gelhardt in the pecking order right now. I don't think Gelhardt is probably an out-and-out striker, in my opinion, from what I've seen of him. He's probably more of a cam, in my personal opinion, a false 9 maybe. Greenwood is just an out-and-out striker. You know, that's how I see it in my personal point of view. But we'll have to wait and see. We had 2 wins from the top 6. I know, definitely. Niall says he takes the draw. I'd take a draw, but I think we'll win. More goals from Bamford. And yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, I think that's it. We've got a lot more content coming for the next couple of days as well. We've got your opposition preview. We've got that sorted for tomorrow, so I will be going live tomorrow night. So make sure you tune into that. If you've enjoyed this, if you enjoyed the preview, the little bit of a breakdown, we're going to get the Everton perspective tomorrow. So if you do me an absolute solid, it'd be great if you could like the video. If you are new, subscribing to the channel does me the world of good as well. It is deadline day. There is going to be nothing done from Leeds United. I can categorically tell you that. Outgoings, obviously, we've seen Mahuka go out on loan today. We've obviously seen Shaughnessy cancel his contract and go to Rochdale. I can't really see anything more. I mean, there was a bit of rumours on MK Dons going for Ollie Casey, but I don't think Bielsa wants to let any player go now. You know, we look at the current squad, the current crop. It's a threadbare squad, isn't it, for Leeds United? So I wouldn't be too caught up in all the deadline day stuff. I think Leeds have got the business done. They're happy with the business from what I understand. And keep smiling, guys. And if you do what Jack Dominic asks, and come on, lads and lasses, hit that like button. Connor deserves it. I really appreciate it. And guys, I will catch you tomorrow. Keep safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you in a bit.